ain't finna care. I became very nonchalant. But this is what y'all wanted, right? To me not give a fuck? Well, congratulations. Now, I really don't give a fuck. For you talking.
A shout out to everybody with social anxiety. I kind of feel sorry for you. Oh, yeah.
Hey, are you okay? I just noticed you in the corner talking so much, so. Yeah, so is there a reason your mouth moves so much? Okay, you sure you're okay? Okay, I was just checking on you. I used to be just like you. You'll grow out of it, so have a good one.
Everything is mine. Delusion.
With me as a guide, y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye, you perceive with your mind, that's the end. So I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor, bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead, no squealing, remember.
This way since I was 16, came to my senses. You never liked this anyway, fuck your friendship, I meant it. I'm African American, I'm black as the moon. Heritage of a small village, part of my residence. Came from the bottom of mankind. My hair is nappy, my dick is big, my nose is round and wide. You hate me, don't you? You hate my people, your plan is to terminate my culture. You're fucking evil, I want you to recognize that I'm a proud monkey. You vandalize my perception, but can't take down from me. And this is more than confession, I mean I might press the button just so you know my
That is the presidency versus you. Whose victory do you think they will fight for? Whose body do you think they will bury?
He would never.
He would never. You and I both know that he is not in charge. He is never in charge. Power is in charge. Power got him elected. I know more than you could possibly imagine about things of which you cannot dream. He told you that you would be First Lady, and you believed him. Did I not raise you for better? How many times have I told you you have to be what? You have to be what?
Twice.
What?
Twice as good.
Twice as good as them to get half of what they have.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Keep working, Dinkelberg, and don't forget to polish my statue.
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in. They're all gonna die.
Cell was outrageously strong, and I was having a bad day to say the least. Yamcha said,
Tired of this shit that introversion is always treated like something bad, that, you know, oh, it means you are depressed, or you are rude, or you are unfriendly, or you don't need company at all. No, we need company, of course. It's just not yours. You know, we need quality over quantity.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
Did we miss graduation? Where are the new rigs?
No graduation, no new rigs. The school's curriculum is changing.
To what?
I don't know and I don't have to know. I've been fired. Good luck, turds.
Holy crap. Slick's wish came true.
Sorry I'm late, Mr. President. Had a little crisis at work. Worth it!
It's no problem. A little more off the top. You were saying, Garment District Rick?
We were saying, President Morty, that we don't care who sits in that seat. A Rick, a Morty, a goddamn Jerry, doesn't matter. We've been running the Citadel since before the council, and you'll find that we're still running it now.
Does he really speak for everyone here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I think it's important to be clear. Raise your hand if he speaks for you.
Is that enough off the top?
Don't know. Is it?
Yes, goddamn, yes. Great.
Good. This seems like a good time for a drink and a cold, calculated speech with sinister overtones. A speech about politics. About order. Brotherhood. Power. But speeches are for campaigning. Now is the time for action.
Catching for my eggs, Rolfie boy.
Anyone got a breath mint?
The burden of hospitality is too great for run!
Oh yeah, before I forget, please do watch my most recent video. I'll link it. That is, I've probably posted a lot of my most important videos, but that sincerely is probably my most important video to date. Definitely take a watch, even 10, 15, 35 minutes of it, don't care. Just glance at it.
Please clap.
I know more than you could possibly imagine about things of which you cannot dream. I think a lot of introverts who listen to me will understand this sentiment very well, and not even in a sense of, I know more than you. This is one thing that I have dealt with for so fucking long in my fucking life, and other introverts that I've been close to deal with the same fucking thing. People in their fucking micro fucking, they're I don't even know what to call it. They're pre-bruised egos, right? Because they already have an ego that's pre-bruised. They think that you're supposed to fit in the box that their pre-bruised ego has concocted. The moment you open your mouth, the moment you do something that they don't expect you to do in their box, somehow you're the evil one. Or I don't even know, the one that doesn't fit in, or the one that sticks out, right? It's one reason I fucking despised high school, and it's that in itself is one reason I will never have children. I had to deal with so much fucking bullshit in high school. So much. And here's the thing, right? I get told a lot, oh, you talk about the past, you think about the past. What the fuck do you think happens when you give birth to a child? What the fuck happens? What do you think happens when you bring a child into this world? They're going to be repeating more or less the same steps that you did, one way or another. They're not going to have the same lives. They will never be able to have the same lives as you. One reason why I hate these parasite boomers so much, right? Because they have proven to me, they have proven to a lot of us that they would, in fact, sacrifice their very own fodder, right? While pretending that, oh no, the spooky Satan devil is out there, or is those other people, that other ideology, right? All the while, they are literally, and if you gave them, trust me, you give them a chance, they will take a fucking mile and prove to you that yes, indeed, Kronos loves the taste of his own fucking children. Don't ever try and fix an introvert. There is nothing wrong with us. We don't want to be around you parasitic fucks. We enjoy being around people, yes. We enjoy being around people, just not you, right? I was watching a channel. I'll link her channel. It's such a amazing channel. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her channel name right now, but she said, we love hanging out with people, just not you, okay? Just not you, right? And it is so infuriating when you live in the kind of environment that I am, also having the fucking, this obscene amount of the empathy, right? Empathy and the level of cognition that I have. I'm speaking as me. I don't need any fucking person to be like, oh no, fuck you. I will break your ego for sport, okay? I've had to, not even dumb, to scrunch myself up for decades. Decades because I know I'll bruise this person's ego, and then, they'll be psychically attacking me for weeks or months. Right? And it doesn't help that, you know, like, I've never posted my face. Maybe, you know, get me to 10,000 subscribers, right? I'm not much of a hoe. I don't even need 100,000 or 1 million. Get me to 10,000 subscribers and I'll show you my pretty face, okay? You know, phenotypically, I look like the Khoisan people of South Africa, right? I'm not South African. However, I look exactly, I can't even pretend that I don't look like them. I look exactly like them, right? But unfortunately, at the same time, I'm not adopted, right? My parents are my parents, right? Unfortunately, anyways. So, you know, me living, growing up in Australia, I'd encounter a lot of people whose parents or grandparents migrated from South Africa. But, you know, generally, most of them are pretty cool, right? And you know, when they see me, right, I tell them, you know, I'm not actually South African, but they're like, you know, you look exactly like you're from there, blah, blah, blah. But again, you know, learning the difference between your fate and your destiny is something very, very intense. It is very intense. And I often forget that, you know, when I'm living somewhere, I don't actually look like the people who live there, right? Because first of all, like the Khoisan people are a very small population and, oh, man, I don't even want to get into, like, I don't even want to get into it, right? So there's, you know, there's two things I guess I can talk about that I can't really talk about to other people because they think like fucking, I don't know, like, they think like, thinking for them requires more energy than it does for you to not think, right? Implicit versus explicit bias. Growing up, I experienced a lot of explicit bias towards me. But the more I grew into myself and my character, it became implicit. In other words, people became fucking bitches and pussies because their barbs, right? Their barbs that they were throwing at me didn't affect me anymore. So it became more and more implicit to the point where I'm blind to what would normally be explicit bias towards me. And it happens all the time when I gain a lot of weight, when I become overweight, right? When I become overweight, when I lose weight, right? Because I've lost 30 kg. I was literally like 130 something a year ago. Now I'm at like 102. A few weeks ago I was at like 95, but again, that was one of those times when my energy crashed, and it's hard to explain to my fucking delusions of grandeur parents, right? Their only method is to take me to the place where they enjoy butchering consciousness for fun, right? So, you know, one thing I can say, if you're listening to this and you're having trouble with your weight, give yourself a range of 5 kgs, okay? 5 kgs, give or take. So let's say if you're at like 82 kgs right now, if you lose 5 kgs, you'd be at like 77. If you gain 5 kgs, you'd be at like, yeah, 87. Okay, give yourself that leeway so that once you get past that, then you'll be like, okay, maybe I need to do something, you know, maybe you need to cut down on what I'm eating, whatever. You know, it's not that you have to be constantly aware or constantly like looking at, you know, am I lacking this or lacking that? Because again, we live in the atomization era, right? We have been atomized of the atomized, right? Our atoms have been atomized. You know, it's crazy, and it is so difficult to have, you know, like. First of all, it's so difficult to talk about religion and God around most of these fucking imps. Normie fucking hell monkeys. Thank you, PP. Hell monkeys. They are fucking hell monkeys, right? Hell monkeys. The lot of you, fuck you. Don't care what your color is, you're a fucking hell monkey. It is so hard to have growth, right? Any kind, because introversion in this world, it comes with errors, right? Errors, like there's different errors where it corresponds more to introverts. Like for the last maybe 12 years, it has not been good for introverts necessarily, like to interact, right? But again, right, this keeps coming back to me. It could be worse. It really could be worse, right? Don't think it can't be worse. It could be worse, okay? Okay? You know? I would hope that I'm never going to be the kind of channel that tells you, oh, you have to be grateful for everything, you know, God, shut up. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut up. You know, just remember that it could be worse, okay? That is my grace to you. It could be worse, right? But in saying that, in doing that, I am somebody who the martyr role has found me one way or another, but most times, and when I take responsibility, not accountability, that is a buzzword. That is another neoliberal buzzword, okay? Avoid the buzzwords, no matter how good they might look to your brain. Your physiology is telling you, think twice, bitch, okay? It is so hard to have spiritual, mental, even financial growth as an introvert because it is by design, okay? We are born, right? We are born, okay? And for a long time, we are not conscious that we are born. And I love the fact that, you know, life is overrated. He literally said in his recent video, the curtain fell. And that is more than enough. That sums it up. The curtain fell. The curtain fell, right? On everything, on everyone. It fell, right? You put yourself in this role where you can feel in the environment that something is not right, something needs to be fixed or aided. Yeah, aided. Let me say aided. If something needs to be aided in some way or another, that people will somewhat superficially say needs to be done, but once something actually ends up being done about it, they're like, hey, whoa, what the, you know, what are you doing, you know? What are you doing? And it's to a point where I'm no longer conscious about my rejections. I'm literally using the universe to whiplash people because I'm like, if I react to you, you'll cry like a little bitch about it, right? Oh, taking all these bobs, taking all these insults, taking all this condescension, right? The word is condescension. Taking all of that. And yet sitting here, I know more about things that you can't even imagine would destroy your fucking universe in less than a minute. I could not, and here's something that I believe that you should also adhere to. Look at what we're living through right now. It is not, nothing is guaranteed, right? Whatever's on your chest, do it, be it, say it. Fuck everyone else. Fuck everyone and everything else. Do it, be it, say it, right? I'm not gonna die with all this shit on my chest, and neither should you. And I'm saying this as an active introvert, right? However, funny thing, you know, during that post-high school period, while I was still studying before uni, I became one of the most expressive and loudest people in the class, just out of filling a niche. I was filling a niche that I really shouldn't have, and I don't know if I had a choice in, right? But here's the thing about being born. You are born, but you're not conscious until you are born, right? This is what a lot of religions try and appropriate, and they're like, oh, no, come to us, you know. Religions love marketing, first and foremost, if you have no idea, right? They love compulsivity and marketing. So that there's always this eerie, lingering feeling of a sunken cost that you haven't adhered to, right? Impending doom, impending failure, right? And yet you see past this. You see past this and you know that you know, ask the you that wants to be with you. Ask the you that wants to help you be where you have to be and where you want to be. Because everyone listening right now is valuable. Every single one of you, because you know that there's so much wrong in this world that you trying to fix it turns you into the evil one, turns you into the party pooper, right? The party pooper, okay? Yes, they turn you into the party pooper. But here's the thing: I've been proud of being a fucking party pooper for the last 15 years, and you want me to change? Fuck you, right? More so because I cannot be around people using drugs, okay? Using hard drugs. Fuck this devil's lettuce. One reason I hate so much of the medical establishment so much, you should see the shit-eating grins when they test your blood and they find that it's cannabis, right? They have the widest shit-eating grin possible, right? Leave alone this, these people are hooked on coke, hooked on heroin, hooked on codeine, hooked on more things that you can't even, right? It's just, yeah. People are now using diabetic medication that people with diabetes need to lose fucking weight, right? Because everyone jumps on that fucking trend train of try this, do this exercise, do that exercise. Oh, you want to lose 20 kilos in a month, right? Use this, right? And they'll use it and they'll lose it. But, however, your body knows when you're fucking with it, okay? There's things that I had to learn the hard way. Respect what your body is vibing with, okay? Not even telling you. Language fucking lies, okay? Your body does not lie. Respect what your body is vibing with, because your body wants you to survive. Maybe you were born in a fucked up body, right? But your body, I want to speak past a lot of what you think you're hearing right now, Introverts do not now, nor never will need to be fixed. Introverts do not need to be fixed. We are not sick. We are not crazy, right? Those are two words that have pretty much guaranteed me never actually getting into that therapeutic role of I don't know, industry physician or doctor that I've always fucking deluded myself about in my head or dreamed of. Because so many people have these delusions of grandeur and they are so fucking condescending. And it's been like this since the pandemic. It's been like this since the pandemic. So many, right? There's so many skeletons in the closet about the healthcare industry, right? So many. But still you have people with that condescension, right? They're literally their need to be right. Their need to cut you down. Their need to chronify themselves. Their need to chronify themselves. And I can't sit here and pretend like, oh no, fuck you and fuck your entire lineage, man. Like, really? Pretend to care. I have to pretend to care, right? Like Anthony Nicholas Lewis said. I have to pretend to give a shit. I have to pretend to give a fuck. I'm not, don't use bad words. Like, it's always the holier-than-thou pearl clutchers that are really the worst kinds of control freaks to be around. The worst. You have the chronifiers, you have the fucking control freaks. Neither one. And I'd like to believe a lot of you are not materialistic either, right? But join me in this new quest of fucking them by, engaging in the regalia, as the gods command. Yes, we are a part of the whole, Because as we know, most of these people will move on. They will forget once they have tied up their ego enough, right? Once they have sown their ego wounds enough, they will forget and move on. Okay. But you're left as that introvert. And this is something one of my relatives told me, that, we were discussing about religion, and he's very, he's someone I can talk to honestly, because you know when somebody's judging you, right? You know when somebody's judging you, or when they're speculating about what else they can fuck you around with. But he doesn't do that. So we were talking about religion, like what I think about Christianity or whatever. I told him, right, and this is something I still believe even now, that Jesus is the person who kept asking why. Like in Ed, Edd n Eddy, Johnny. In fact, he's probably like one of the easiest depictions of the Jesus archetype, right? He keeps asking why. The episode they turned him annoying, right? I'll probably link it. He kept asking why, and literally that's exactly what Jesus did. Right? Now, let me drop some wisdom on you. The word Jesus, the name Jesus, is less than 500 years old because the letter J is less than 500 years old. Bet you didn't know that. Now, ask yourself, what did they call him before that? Right? Why did they change his name? Right? And, blah, blah, blah. I'll probably even be making more content about this, right? In any case, to me, what is very resounding is that I interact with a lot of Christians who bring a lot of clarity, right? Clarity above all. Or, I just say Christians because it's the social scape, right? The social scape. But, there are some Muslims who are very, very nice people, like genuinely just amazing to be around people. They're just people trying to get by. They just happen to be Muslim, and even when they talk about or practice their Islam, it's very something. They live to be an example for others, right? I don't have a problem with the religious people who live to be an example for others. I have a problem with the rest of those fucks, right? Anyways, to me, I am 99% non-religious, I would say, and because of that, because of being in that dynamic, part of you thinks, oh, maybe I should be going and, drinking the holy fucking wine or doing this or doing that. But really, you're alive right now. Okay. You're alive right now and you're part of the universe right now. You just haven't connected with those parts of the universe that allow you to really live as the example that you are. Another huge problem of being an introvert, because once you start telling people this, and I love it because now this is the mask off season. So many people they're so blatantly mask off now that they can't even pretend that, they actually are worshipping the fucking fake cow god, right? Or they are indeed working with Satan, Unbelievably mask off. And you have no other duty except to protect your energy until the point when your energy is like, you will just poof yourself into the situation that you truly desire. Because again, I haven't even been able to say the word desire simply because I saw just how retarded people were around me, trying to figure out my desires to yo-yo them. Little do they know I'm my own yo-yo, bitch, right? Nobody yo-yos myself better than me. Who the fuck do you think you are, right? You, the introvert who desires, shall receive your desires the only way you know how, right? It is not to the world to give you what you came here for. Never is. Never, never, ever, ever be shamed out of your emotions. Never be shamed out of your emotions. Never be shamed out of your emotions, no matter who the fuck it is. Never be shamed out of your emotions. Never be shamed out of your viscosity, you know? A lot of us, we tend to rationalize and distill our emotions in a way that is clarity, right? Introverts provide abundant clarity. And you don't even have to be many of them to do that, right? You don't. So, that being said, right, I'm literally fucking sweating. I'm so mad, but I'm so happy at the same time. Like, I'm getting a lot of this out. I literally played myself several fucking times, and the universe made me fucking pay for it. Because nobody asked, right? Nobody ever asks to really be saved. Nobody does. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Nobody ever really asked to be saved, right? But at the same time, it showed me. It showed me, and you will be shown too, right? We're all burning in the melting pot, right? Least you could do is put some nice spices on yourself. Oh man. Thank you guys for tolerating me as long as you have, really. Like, I've been having my own Joker moments, but I haven't had the right way to do them. I hope in some way that you will be able to have your own compendium of Joker moments in the most delightful way, right? I really hope you can have your Joker moments the way you want, because man, look what the fuck. Like, I literally sit by myself laughing all the time, and not the good kind of like that kind of laugh, right? So yeah. Hopefully, if you can't have your Joker moment, provide me the avenue to give you the Joker moment that you want to experience.